Well, first of all, we're different from each other. And that's not a bad thing. We tend to think that it is. But we need to continue to explore with each other, be curious about each other, in order to keep growing in our understanding of each other. Plus, we're changing as people. So as we relate to each other, as we go through our lives, we may think differently about something today than we did about something a year ago or a month ago. And if we don't have a active conversation, then we're not going to be aware of those things. Now, sometimes, and some of those things, it can be disturbing. Some spouse can be making changes that are very unsettling for the other spouse. That becomes a time where there can be conflict, but it's an important thing to actually keep us growing in our knowledge and our intimacy of each other. We tend to overemphasize the sexual aspect of intimacy. We tend to think that intimacy is only about sex, but it's actually, intimacy is about knowing each other. It's a deep knowing of each other. And that will be conflictual, actually, as we hit those places where we get surprised that our spouse, our husband or our wife thinks something or believes something or has come to think something that we didn't know. Or we can be surprised that they're disappointed in something about us that we didn't know they were disappointed in. So we need that active, growing conversation, active going exploration and curiosity. But inevitably there will come points where it's like, ooh, we're alarmed and we'll be trying to sort of correct our spouse, and that gets more conflictual too. But we need those times in order to keep growing in our awareness of each other and our understanding of each other. In a very real sense, we're still becoming the people that God made us to be. In creation itself, when He finished creation, in one sense, creation was perfect, but in another sense, it wasn't finished, in that He gave Adam and Eve the responsibility to take care of creation. And there's a need for it to take care of it, to grow things. And it's the same in our relationships. There's a need to continue to grow our relationships because we become fuller people through that human experience of that includes conflict. Part of the benefit of conflict that is actually productive, conflict that helps us understand better, conflict even that sometimes gets us to places where we see we're never going to agree on this, but we can still love each other and care for each other. We don't have to, we can be well connected even though we're not exactly the same. And that actually becomes a deeper kind of intimacy and connection of experiencing the acceptance from our spouse, even though they disagree with a particular aspect of who we are or how we think or the decisions that we make. We can still accept each other. And that's a deep, deep kind of love that really should be happening in marriage. So conflict's necessary to get to that kind of deeper love of each other.